Interested to know what Spirit has to relay in this message today? If so, let's take a look and see what abundance is on the way through this growing pain. Welcome back to Dee's Divine Tarot. Thank you for joining in with me today. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and of course give this video a thumbs up. And if it resonates with you, please do not forget to share. And as always, press that post notification bell, because how else are you going to be notified when I post another video? Alright, so you clicked on this video to know what Spirit has to say in order for us to grow through these growing pains and what abundance is in store for us. Okay, so I thank you and I appreciate you for tuning in. So let's get started. Jump right on in here. First and foremost, looking at my little world peace deck, and which is at the top row, we have the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Diamonds or Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Six of Wands or Clubs, the Eight of Wands, the Six of Swords or Spades, and the Nine of Wands. And when we look into this, we see that automatically with the Ten of Swords coming out first thing, that's ending a cycle and a backstabbing, treacherous, kind of self deprecating kind of cycle, where in traditional tarot, the swords are all in the back of the individual on the card, which generally, since you are tuning into this, is you, dear viewer. So you're ending that though. You're coming out of that. And this could be self-sabotaging type of energy or thoughts, with swords being mentality or even speech, like speaking negative, speaking over your life. But we're ending that. We're coming out of that and we're going into the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth, like Mother Earth, Gaia, nurturing, healing, loving, grounded, stable energy. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female, it's just all about the energy. So it's more in touch with our divine feminine essence, right? Could be confirmation too that you are a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or dealing with somebody in that type of energy who may be assisting you. But I feel like this is truly you, the energy that I'm gathering. And with it, the Seven of Pentacles coming out right along with it, it's like, this is my divine timing type of card. So it's been a long time coming. You've had to go from the 1 to the 10 of Swords, which is a mighty long way. I mean, if you think about it, and everybody's trek is different. So it's just wherever you are in your journey, right? But this is reaping your just due, your just reward. You're getting finally what you put in hard work for. And this can be, like I said, a long time coming. It could have been something 7 months ago, 7 years ago. I'm feeling more in the distant past versus recent past, but it could be something even 7 weeks ago for some of you. But you've had to take the time to take a break from whatever it is, whatever the situation is or was. And just remember that the energy is fluid. So, it could be in your past, which is what I'm truly feeling. But if not, this is maybe something that you're getting ready to come up against, or that you're going through right now. If if you haven't been through this energy in the past, that's what I mean by that. You're either getting ready to go through it, or are going through it at this very moment. Anyways, you taking a minute, or the advice is that you need to take a break from it, right? Especially if you're just feeling beat down and just at your wits end, because we do have the Nine of Wands ending this at the end of it. But I feel like that's saying more so that, like I said, you've been through a lot, and you fought a long, hard fight, but you come out in the end victorious. Yeah, you got some war wounds and scars, to have memories by, but at the same time, you see and recognize and appreciate what you've come through, and now you know that you're surrendering to whatever the divine has for you. And going forward with the Six of Wands and Eight of Wands, those are both victorious cards. Those are movement, as well as the Six of Swords. They're all movement. So we're going forward, we're pushing on, and we're getting and coming up to our just reward. The Six of Wands is all about victory, being in the spotlight. That's that Leo energy. The sun is shining bright again. We found our self-worth, our courage, our strength. And now we're moving. We know how to speak love and light over our life, right? With the Eight of Wands. That's like that rapid change, that rapid growth, the rapid manifestation. That's beautiful energy. I love to see the Eight of Wands energy, especially with the Six of Wands and then the Six of Swords, which is all about that balance and harmony in your mental body. So no longer are we in that negative self-sabotaging, speaking low vibrational energy over our lives. We're speaking victory. We're winning. Like, that's beautiful energy. So I love to see this. And even though all these cards are dark towards the end of that, it's still beautiful energy and bright energy. So I kind of see this as, like I said, the sun is shining over us and our abundance is coming through. So this is beautiful to see. So moving towards the bottom of the deck energy, which is the overall underall energy, we begin with the Two of Pentacles, which is all about needing balance or being balanced. With the Three of Swords, this can be due to needing balance because of a heartbreak or loss, okay? Especially with this Five of Wands, there's been some kind of conflicting energy, fighting, turmoil surrounding you, and then, with the Five of Swords as well, that's definitely like mental conflict, even maybe internal. And then we have the Seven of Cups because there's some kind of confusion in what you desire, what your heart wants. There's an illusion around it about what choice to make. With the Knave of Pentacles, it may be that because the offering that you were expecting has been slow coming, because that's slow movement. And then we have the King of Cups, which is about gaining emotional stability. So moving into the Golden Wheel Tarot, we have the Chariot, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, or wheels in this deck, the Ten of Wheels, and the Nine of Swords. Now, interestingly, we begin with victory again, because the Chariot is, it's obviously movement, as we see with the horse and it being a chariot in and of itself. This can also be confirmation that you are a Cancer or that you're dealing with a Cancer, whatever the situation is for you. But you've had to triumph, through some things. Like, you've been through some trials and tribulations, as we see, and you may have, if this has to do with an individual or a particular relationship, you may have been in separation. And this is, coming back together, especially with the Ace of Cups coming up after the Chariot, speaking on new love. And this can definitely be, it doesn't have to be with another individual, because this is talking about self-love first and foremost, which is most important. And then if it is having to do with a love interest or any kind of relationship, whether that's a family situation or whatever, friendship, this is new love, bringing in new love to that situation. Maybe you have been through, with that Three of Swords energy, heartbreak, loss, and or even depression because of whatever happened in the past, and this is coming up out of it victorious and renewing that heart chakra center and finding new love, like I said, first within yourself, so that you can find it within all of your relationships. I do see this as some of you, especially if this has to do with self, you've had to face, and balance. Remember that Two of Pentacles, your light and shadow selves, come into balance and harmony within yourself. And you have been victorious over that. So now, like I said, you found your new self-love and you're moving forward. And moving forward, you've established financial independence for yourself. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be in monetary form. This is talking about just earthy, kind of grounded wealth, right? It could be anything material, but I feel like I said, from being a self kind of reflective victory, over balancing your light and shadow self and finding that self-love again, you see what truly you're worth. The Nine of Pentacles or wheels is also about self-worth. It may, for many of you, also have to do with material, because the Ten of Wheels speaks on stability in family, happiness, balance, groundedness, completion, right, within the family unit. And whether or not you have kids, this is just speaking on between you and your significant other. And it still can be even within self, just the divine feminine and masculines coming together. I do see that, finding the loyalty within, and then being dedicated to oneself in order to be dedicated to anybody else. You have to give that to yourself first and foremost before you even have anything to give to others. But for some, trying to attain this is stressing you out, and that's why you had all of that, five of wheels, excuse me, five of wands and five of swords energy. um, and that explains it with this nine of swords, because that's all about anxiety. I don't truly feel like this is you. I feel like this is someone else you're dealing with, another energy outside of yourself. I mean, and it definitely could be you, but I just feel like it's an outside source energy. But your success, what I'm feeling honestly, in establishing the new you, is really making somebody go crazy. And maybe because they're with that, remember that ten of swords in that world peace deck. I told you have been through some things, and if this has to do with a relationship, for many of you, your person is really stressed out because, like I said before with the chariot, if you have been and or are in separation, it's really stressing them out because they see you, they see the glow up, you know what I mean? So that's interesting to see. So let's move on to the bottom of the deck energy for this golden wheel tarot. Yeah, so beginning with the world, that's definitely ending cycles, completing and then beginning anew. Just like I said with that Ten of Swords. Interestingly, here with the Five of Cups, this is all about somebody from your past, like a past relationship. I see this as my crying over spilled milk type of card. So maybe it did not work out between you and that Nine of Swords person that I felt earlier, but you have taken a minute. And like I said, this is double confirmation with the Four of Swords from the World Peace deck. You've meditated and taken a time out. Again, another double confirmation. We started with the Ten of Swords in the World Peace deck, and this is just confirming that you've ended that cycle. No longer are you going to be in that negative, low vibrational, backstabbing type of energy, because you plan to work together. And I see this as working together with spirit, right? Coming together within yourself, mind, body, and spirit, because somebody may have stolen from you in the past, may have been trying to hold on too tightly to you. This is being overprotective, overbearing. It could be dealing with the Taurus with the Hierophant here. You could have been married and or in a long-term committed relationship. It could have been a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, like I said here. Again, double confirmation with the Taurus as well. So moving on to the Oracle of Unicorns, we see adventure and growth. And these are both two beautiful cards. Still a lot of movement, right? With the adventure card telling you to dare to do things differently and manifest your travel dreams and then move to a new location. Now, obviously, with all this issue with quarantine and all that, it's going to be hard to literally physically move, but you can do it figuratively, like in your mind as well, changing, like we said earlier, being victorious over your mental body, and the fact from going from the low vibrational negative energy space to the higher vibrational, more peace, being in harmony, being balanced, right? Speaking victory over our lives. And in that way, you can manifest when the time is right what it is you truly desire. And then moving on to the growth card, we see that it tells us to seek out a mentor or guide and take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. And this is all about being patient and gentle with yourself as you go through these growing pains. You're not going to know it all. It's not meant for you to know it all, but know that you're taking it day by day, second by second, and stepping into a higher vibration each moment, right? Understanding that you will no longer be who you were a second ago, a minute ago, right? But get advice from others if you need to. Be willing to learn from other people, especially if they've been through the same thing that you're going through. Moving to the bottom of the deck energy, we begin with leadership. And this I'm feeling strong is that Leo energy, but Spirit is asking you to step into that. It is time. Now is your time. Share what you have learned and gained, even if you feel like you haven't made it anywhere. They're telling you, share what you have learned, because this may help heal you, and of course heal others. And some of you truly are healers. Your gifts are meant to be shared, and have faith in this, okay? Stay true to what's in your heart. And I promise you, if you follow the divine lead, they won't lead you wrong. And you will never know how you can help someone else. You're coming into a rebirth, right? That Ten of Swords that we saw doubly confirmed, that's ending that cycle. The world said we're ending cycles and beginning anew. Like I said before, you won't ever be the same. You're not meant to. If you are, something's wrong, right? You go through that 555, that may be a number for somebody. Look it up, the angel number, because that's all about transformation, right? You're going through a rebirth. The sun is shining again, like I said before, with that Leo energy. This is new rebirth, regrowth, regeneration. Remember what I said about manifesting. Even though we can't physically move and change locations, change your mindset and make sure that you are true and pure, with your intentions, because that is what it's all about. It's all about the vibe, where you're vibrating at. As long as you're in that high vibration of love and light, be sure that your intentions are pure, and I promise you, watch how what you're thinking about rapidly manifests. Okay, beautiful energy. And like I said from the beginning, look at that. Be gentle with yourself. This is a process, right? It's gonna be some pain. You learn most from the pain, as ironic as that may sound, but you gotta be gentle, be patient with yourself. Speak words of love and light, like I said, over your life, always and forever. And that is where you grow. Watch your abundance flow once you start to do this. Change your perspective, change your mentality, change the way you speak, and see the possibilities that lie before you. They're endless. Spirit is trying to tell you and show you that as long as your perspective, your mentality is changed, you manifest differently, right? Raise your standards, elevate your expectations, and you will have unlimited possibilities, right? Beautiful energy, Spirit. Thank you for that message. So, to recap and wrap it up, remember you're going through some growing pains. There are going to be a lot of hard lessons to gain, right? That is okay. Just remember to be patient with yourself. Remember to be gentle. Always remember to speak love and light over yourself. Dig deep. Face your shadow side, your dark side, right? The side that we try to hide. But face it head on. Look yourself in the mirror every day if you have to, and dig deep to find that renewed self-love, that new self-love. Some of you may have never had it, but that is where you find your self-worth and build your self-confidence, and you gain that material abundance that you're looking for, right? Whatever that means for you. Get you out of that anxiety, self-sabotaging, negative, low vibrational energy. That's how you heal that heart space. Open it up, be vulnerable again. You don't know what you have to give just because you've been through some things in the past, or because you were maybe hateful and angry and vindictive and backstabbing in the past. That doesn't define you today. Every day is a new day. Thank God for the opportunity to start again, to press the reset button. So what are you going to do with the opportunities that you have today? How are you going to change to make yourself better? That should be something that you think about every day, not what used to be or what was. You can't change that, right? But you can only be in the moment and appreciate everything that you have right in front of you every second. And it changes, right? Each second, like I said, each minute, each day should be a day of change. We got the 555 angel number. That's all about transformation, growth, movement. So let's take the words of advice from Spirit and move forward, grow, learn, and of course, be adventurous. Have fun. It's meant to be fun, not so hard and sad all the time. I mean, yeah, it may be difficult, the things you have to go through, but again, if you think about, literally think about it, change what you're thinking about, you have the power to make it hard or not, right? If you're thinking it's always hard, then it's gonna be hard. The mind is all, so that means everything that you think about, that's what your reality is gonna be, right? So Understand that and just work on it. It takes patience, it takes time, it takes dedication, it takes a lot of energy, right? But instead of being in that negative three of swords, five of wands, five of swords type of energy, let's change that to the six of wands, six of swords, eight of wands type of energy that we saw, that beautiful growth, abundant, that movement type of energy, right? And just love yourself, love the inner god or goddess that's within you. You have the power. You are the magician. You have the power to change your reality in a second. Literally. Don't forget that. And if you always remember to spread love and light, I promise you everything will be all right. I don't say that for nothing. That's the divine coming through, right? To speak to you, to uplift you. So if this resonates with you, please do not hesitate to leave your comments and testimonies down below. I thank you and I love you for tuning in as always. Don't forget to spread your love and light, and everything will be all right. Until next time, peace.